Well, hello there. Here we are all together once again as spring gathers momentum here in England. By the way, the word momentum means movement, the force of movement. The more momentum something has, the further or the faster it will go. Coming up today, we have lots of things to talk about. We are talking about words in the English language that rhyme. They go together with the sound that they make. We also have fill in the blanks as well. And we are going to talk all about words and phrases connected to wind. And we are not talking about Mr. Steve's stomach. In this case, we are talking about the weather condition. Lots of words and phrases connected to that particular thing because we've had a lot of wind here in the UK over the past few days. We are also going to talk to you on the live chat as well. So I hope you will join us here today. We have lots of things to come your way. Please stay. This is English Addict coming to you live from the birthplace of English, which just happens to be, oh my goodness, it's England. We are back together again, live from England in my little studio. Can you see me waving? Hello over there. Can you see me? Here we are again. We are back once more. It's ever so nice to be here with you today. I hope you are feeling good as well. Hi everybody. This is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you feeling happy? Is there a smile on your face? I want your smiles today. I need them. So if we can all join together with one big happy smile, I will be ever so pleased. My name is Duncan. I talk about the English language. You might say that I am one of those up there. I am an English addict. I like English ever so much. I hope one day it will become legal to marry the English language. I can just see myself now walking through the church towards the front where all of the crowd are waiting to see myself and the English language joined together forever. Come to think of it, I don't really need that because I have it anyway. I also have you as well. It's nice to see you here. A very strange week for me. I won't talk too much about it, but yes, it has not been a great week for me. One particular moment, not very nice, but hopefully today we will be here to cheer each other up. Yes, you might not realise this, but you also have the power to cheer me up. A lot of people say, Mr. Duncan, you always make us very happy. But sometimes maybe I need you to cheer me up as well. It does happen from time to time. It's nice to see you here anyway. It's been a week since we were last here. A very busy week, I'm sure, for everyone. If you look behind me, you can see the beautiful scenery now. Spring has definitely arrived. I think it is safe to say that we now have spring in the air. You can see there is lots of blossom on the trees. We have the leaves coming out. And also behind me, you can also see the crop. Some of the first crops of this year already appearing behind me on the farmer's land in the distance. So lots of things going on. It is a busy time of year as many people start to enjoy the spring weather. I have to be honest, it's been a very strange few days because we had sunshine and we've also had lots of wind and rain, which is something we are going to talk about today. We are going to look at the subject of wind. And we are not talking about Mr. Steve's stomach. We are talking about wind that blows around in the open. Come to think of it, that could be Mr. Steve's stomach. Nice to see you all here today. Yes, we have made it to the end of another week and almost the end of another weekend. We are halfway through April as well. Yes, it's Sunday. I hope you are having a good day today. It's not too bad. The weather is a little gloomy, but I hope we can all cheer each other up. If you have a problem in your life, I hope this will allow you to forget all about it. We are here today for 2 hours, by the way. Yes, 2 hours. So you can relax, you can lie back, you can enjoy all of this. We also have Mr. Steve. He will be here at around about 2:30 with lots of things. He is in the kitchen at the moment. I've never seen, or I can't remember the last time I saw Steve so excited about anything. So for those who have been watching over the past couple of weeks, you will know that Mr. Steve has purchased a bread maker. And today he's been experimenting with something rather unusual. So I'm hoping, I can't smell burning, so I have a feeling it might be successful. We will see what happens. So Steve at the moment is in the kitchen. He's preparing something that he's made already in the bread maker this morning. And all I can say is there is a beautiful smell, a lovely aroma coming in to the studio. Not odour, because when we use the word odour, that often refers to a bad smell. So when we say there is an odour, we often mean something that does not smell nice. However, when we say aroma, we mean something that smells pleasant, like a flower, or maybe the latest creation inside Mr. Steve's bread maker. We will find out what that is all about later on as well. Oh, hello to the live chat. Yes, we do have the live chat here as well. Nice to see you all joining me live today. It's lovely to spend my Sunday with you, and I hope you are enjoying the same feeling as well. I wonder who was first on today's live chat. I haven't looked yet. Oh, very interesting. Congratulations to Olga. Well done. You are first on today's live chat. Well done, Olga, first. And we also have Tomek. Hello, Tomek. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Also, we have Vitas, Hershid. Have you noticed I've pronounced your name correctly today? Because I do often, this does happen quite often, I do mispronounce people's names. Sometimes I don't get the pronunciation correct, but now I will say Hershid, because that is how I say your name, even though I have been mispronouncing it over the past few weeks. Mosen is here. Hello, Mosen. I hope you are okay. Are you doing Ramadan? I wonder. Please let me know. Also to Palmyra, we have Beatrice. Hello, Beatrice. Have you returned from your holiday yet? Or are you still in the mountains enjoying the view? Really looking forward to seeing you, by the way, in June. More about that later on. Rosa is here. We also have, I suppose I should say, a big welcome to Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you back. Also, we have Patricia Marin. Oh, hello. I don't recognise your name. Is it your first time? Please let me know. We also have Claudia. Hello, Claudia. Well, already I have told you what is cooking in my kitchen because Mr. Steve is busy in there making some bread. Hopefully we will get to see it later on. I really hope so. We have some lovely messages coming through again. We have Inaki. Hello, Inaki. Nice to see you back as well. So many people are joining in. Who else is here today? I always like to say hello to as many people as possible. If I don't say your name, please don't shout at me. Please, because I get very, very, very upset when people shout at me. Palmyra says, Mr. Duncan, you look brown. Do I? Well, I have been out in the sun, although to be honest with you, we haven't had much sunshine over the past few days. It's been very wet and windy, which is the reason why we are talking about words and phrases connected to wind a little bit later on. Another thing we are looking at, and I think this is a very interesting thing to actually talk about. I don't think I've ever done it before on any of my lessons. Rhyming words that sound similar. Not exactly the same, but they do have similar sounds. We are looking at that later on. I remember when I started learning English many years ago as a child, one of the first things they gave us to learn as a way of helping us to learn the language was nursery rhymes and poems and words that rhyme or words that sound similar. So it is common if you are teaching young children a new language or their native language, you will often find that rhymes, words that sound similar, are often used as a way of teaching the language, but it's also a very good way of remembering words as well. So we are looking at words that rhyme, that sound similar. And you might find also in songs or in poetry, quite often certain words are used together to rhyme, to create the rhyme, or maybe to create the flow of a song or a poem. So to be honest with you, I do like writing poems. It is something that is very good for your brain. I don't know why. Whenever I write a poem, I always feel as if my brain is working slightly better than it normally does. Very strange, but we will be talking about that later on. Also, of course, we have fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks. Coming up as well, we will be filling in those blanks later on. Whew, so much to do today. Hello to Jonathan. Hello, Jonathan Caraballo. Nice to see you here as well. We also have Sue R. Lee. Oh, here comes the sun, Mr. Duncan. I hope all is well today for you. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. Who else is here? Paula. Hello, Paula, who is in the kitchen making carrots. Oh, carrot cake. Carrot cake. Do you know what? I know I'm going to seem very ignorant here. You're going to say, Mr. Duncan, you're so ignorant. You should know these things. I don't know how you make carrot cake. Is carrot cake made with carrots? I know a lot of people now are going to be so upset because I don't know this as a fact, whether it's true or not. Or is it just the fact that it looks yellow or orange? Is that the reason why? Or do you actually put carrots in carrot cake? Please let me know. Whatever has happened, Whatever is happening, we have Paula who is making carrot cake today. But to be honest with you, I don't know how to make it. Beatrice is back. I have just returned to Buenos Aires. I am back home. I hope you had a good time. Hello also to Intelligent. Nice to see you back as well. Lovely. Who else is here? Adil. Sorry, I mispronounced your name. You see? Adil. Nice to see you here as well. We also have one more. I'm going to say hello to one more person and then we must move on. Oh, we have Maruts. Nice to see you watching in Poland. Hello to you. Nice to see you here as well. A lot of people are joining in now. If it is your first time joining us live, please let me know. You can tell me, Mr. Duncan, it is my first time. I've never appeared on your live chat before. Please let me know. So lots of things coming up today. Many things to talk about. Olga says, I've heard about carrot cake, but I've never tried it or made it myself. I think it should be something delicious. I've never tried it. There are many types of food. You might not believe this. And I know a lot of people are not going to believe what I'm about to say because I do like eating food a lot. There are certain types of food I've never tried in my whole life. One of them is carrot cake. I've never tried it. I've seen it for sale in cake shops, but I've never actually tried carrot cake. Is it nice? Please let me know if you have tried it. Hello, Powell. Hi, Mr. Duncan. I was watching you when I was a teenager. Why do I feel as if that was a long time ago? Do you realise there are people who were not born? They were not born when I started this YouTube channel. And now they are viewers watching me. But they weren't even alive. They weren't even born when I started this YouTube channel. And now I do feel very old. It's nice to see you. How are you doing after all these years? Thank you, Powell. Very nice to say hello to you. And I'm just wondering, when did you start watching me? I have a feeling it might be a long time ago. But yes, I am still here. Hello, Jeff Herr. Hello, Jeff Herr. Jeff, I think maybe, are you in China? Please let me know. Don't be offended if I'm wrong. Maybe you are somewhere else. Maybe Hong Kong. Maybe Taiwan. Please let me know. Han Duong is here as well. We have Vietnam watching. Hello to Vietnam. Hello, Vietnam. Xin chào to you. Hello also to Driss Fikri. That's an interesting name, by the way. I love your name, Driss. It's very nice. Carrot cake might be mouth-watering. Yes, I might try it because I know there is a cake shop here in Much Wenlock and they sell lots of nice cakes, and there are also some small tea rooms. Have you ever been to an English tea room? Many small towns and villages have tea rooms. So they are often places where you can have a cup of tea or maybe a cake, and you might also see carrot cake on sale. So I'm going to do that next week. If I see carrot cake for sale, I might actually have some next week. So I will look out next week for carrot cake, because apparently next week the weather here in England is going to be amazing. It's going to be warm and sunny next week, so I'm really looking forward to that. What is an English tea room like? Well, they're often friendly places. They're normally quite small. They are places where you can sit down at a table, you can enjoy an afternoon cup of tea, or maybe a cream cake with your friends, or sometimes on your own. So quite often in places where tourists might visit, you will often find tea rooms. And now I feel as if I want to have a cup of tea and a piece of cake, to be honest. It is very similar to a cafe, very similar, but we normally find a tea room is a little bit more, what's the word? Quaint. I like that word, quaint. So a lot of people like to come to the UK, they might visit England, and they might go to an English tea room. So quite often, a tea room is a small place where people will go to have an afternoon drink or a cake and have a nice time. Paula says, I can send you a slice of carrot cake. You can if you want. I don't think in my life I have ever refused cake, ever. Even though at the moment I am on a diet. Do you like it? Do you like this? I have lost a little bit of weight once more in the last week. So I'm trying to just get a little bit healthier because I've become very aware that I'm not as young as I used to be, you see. So that's the reason why. Mr. Steve has been busy in the kitchen. I can smell something right now. I can. And I really want to try it. So we will see what happens when Mr. Steve arrives. He will be with us in a few moments from now. I hope you will stay with me. Oh, by the way, did you see the lovely video that I played at the beginning? In the garden at the moment, all of the plants are coming to life. You can see there is a beautiful lavender bush. And you can see there are lots of small bees at the moment collecting the pollen. Isn't that beautiful? In fact, this is a type of heather. So we often describe this particular bush as heather. And you can see there are lots of small bees. So I think these are a certain type of bee. So they don't look like this sort of bee that you often recognise. Normally they're much larger. They're normally quite round. But these particular bees are quite small. They're very small bees. And they are busy at the moment collecting all of the pollen from the plants. I think this particular type of bee is called a solo bee. I think it is. Yes, I look it up. Now, go to Google. Solo bee. They are bees that often fly around on their own, just like that one is. Mr. Steve will be here in a few moments. Inaki says beetroot cake. I'm not sure if I like the sound of beetroot cake. I'm not a big fan of beetroot, to be honest. I don't like the taste and I don't like the smell of beetroot. So no, I might not be having that one. Yes, Mr. Steve has made a very special loaf of bread today. Something very unusual. What about you? Are you busy in the kitchen? What about you, Claudia? What are you cooking? What is in your pot today? Please let me know on the live chat. So Mr. Steve will be with us in a few moments. I'm going to show you some lovely views. We're going to have a little bit of springtime. We're going to have a little bit of sunrise and also sunset as well. And then after that, Mr. Steve will be here live in the studio. Don't go away. Isn't that lovely? Wasn't that beautiful? I hope you enjoyed that. Some lovely scenes from around the area in which I live. I'm often asked about it. Many people ask, where do you live, Mr. Duncan? And tell us more about it. Well, maybe I might show you one of the videos that I made in the place I live. Here he comes, Mr. Steve. He's on his way. Don't go away, please. We are back. Hello, everyone. Oh,
Yes.
Mr. Steve is sending you kisses. I hope you received them, and I hope they weren't too wet. Here we are again, and we are back once more with Mr. Steve. Here he is. Oh, isn't it nice to be back?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's okay. What if you weren't doing this now? If you weren't here with me now, what would you be doing?
Probably I might be in the garden. I might be preparing for a job interview.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Although I have been doing that this morning.
Yeah.
I could be just watching pointless videos on YouTube about Ford Mustangs.
Okay.
Reading up about financial matters.
By the way, nothing on YouTube is pointless. It's all useful.
Or I could be commenting like an old man on various news items that appear on the internet.
But instead of doing those stupid, boring things, you are actually here with us having fun live on YouTube, and it's English Addict on a Sunday, and it is Mr. Steve and myself, Mr. Duncan, and we have lots of things to look at today. We have the live chat. Can I just say, a very busy one today.
You're not going to let me go off on a tangent today.
No.
Go off on a tangent. That means, you go off the subject and start talking about something else. You go off at an angle or at a tangent,
Yes.
and then waste time by talking about something that is not relevant to the topic of conversation. Something I do a lot.
Yes.
But you've got a busy, packed show today.
We've got so many things to talk about. We are looking at rhymes, things that rhyme, words that sound similar to each other. And you might find also in life, especially when we are talking about the creative areas of maybe literature, poetry, maybe songwriting, you often find that rhyming, words that sound similar, are often used. And I've never talked about this before, and I can't believe I haven't. When you learn a new language, this is something that I did advise my students. I used to teach all ages, and I would always say, if you want to teach children a language, make it interesting, make it fun. And one of the best ways of doing that is to make words rhyme, because you can have fun. It's also a great way of remembering words as well, because you remember one word and then you remember the other word that rhymes with it. They sound similar and they are much easier to remember. So that's what we're talking about. Also wind.
Oh, yes.
We're talking about wind, but we are not talking about Mr. Steve's stomach problems. But we do have a lot of wind. We've had a lot of wind over the past few days, so we have that to look forward to. Also, we are playing fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks.
Yes. So that should bring certain people in.
Okay.
Into the show. You must have been talking a lot about making cakes or bread.
Well,
there is a lot of comments.
There is a good reason for this, because you have been in the kitchen. Shall we reveal what Mr. Steve has been making this morning in his wonderful new contraption, his wonderful device which makes fresh bread, but not just one type of bread. You can make all sorts of bread. And here is one particular one. So this is what Mr. Steve has actually made this morning in the kitchen. Look at that. Now, can you describe this to us, Mr. Steve?
Well, you know that we both like hot cross buns, and we talk about those a lot. And it's basically a bun that's got raisins in it and spices and butter and sugar. And we've shown them before, and we've put butter on them, and we've probably eaten them live. But you can't buy hot cross buns anymore because Easter's over. But you can make a hot cross bun loaf. So it's the same ingredients, but makes a whole big loaf, and then you just slice it off like bread. So I'm hoping to replicate the same flavour as a hot cross bun.
Well, so far, I can say that it definitely smells. So the beautiful aroma coming through into my studio, it does smell like hot cross bun.
Yes, so the secret ingredients for a hot cross bun are, it's bread, but in that you add lemon zest or orange zest, which someone was making an orange cake. I think it was Claudia earlier, so she's been probably scraping the zest off the oranges. Bits of dried fruit peel, but we haven't added those because we don't like that. But butter, an egg, and also spices. So cinnamon, a little bit of ginger, nutmeg, mixed spice as we call it here, which is used for baking cakes. And it's got all sorts of, and it just gives it a bit of flavour, mixed spice that you would put in a cake, which includes cinnamon and nutmeg.
Yes.
So we've put that in. That gives it its special flavour. And, of course, the raisins or the currants that you can add. And then you have it warmed with butter.
I know. You've got to have butter. You can't have anything else. And there it is at a close view. And you can almost see where the bread has risen as it's been baking.
And it's a sweet bread as well, so you add more sugar than you would to make normal bread.
So it's kind of, imagine a cake. So cake and bread mixed together.
It's a mixture between the two, I would say. Well, if we've got time, I can nip in towards the end of the show and cut a couple of slices off, and we can maybe show everybody what it looks like.
Yes.
But people are cooking. Claudia's cooking an orange cake. Paula, I think, has been doing that as well, a carrot cake.
Yeah. Now, you're an expert on this, Steve.
Yes.
Maybe. You're an expert. What is carrot cake made with carrots?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you put carrots in it, definitely.
I've never tried carrot cake.
Hence the name. You just you put that in with a cake mix. You get the carrots and you shred them. So grate the carrots like you would grate cheese, and that goes into it. It's supposed to be healthy, of course. Carrots are healthy, but you're not getting much carrot when you're eating a piece of carrot cake.
Yeah.
So people think it's healthy, but it isn't really, because you're just getting probably an equivalent of a little small bite of carrot.
Yes.
The rest of it is still the sugar and the fat and the flour.
You don't often think of cake being healthy. I don't think... Is there a type of cake that is healthy?
Well,
I don't think so.
Intelligent was baking has baked a vegetable cake. I noticed that she said a vegetable cake.
Oh.
So that could be interesting. But no, carrot cake is definitely not healthy. It's just as fattening as normal cake.
Yes.
I presume you can adjust the recipe, but it seems healthy because it's got carrots in it. But in reality, there's not that much carrot in it.
You mean the thing you just said?
Yeah, exactly. Tomex made scones this week.
Oh.
I've made scones.
See, I'm wondering, I wonder if it's because of us. So have you started experimenting with food out there because of us? So I would like to think sometimes we do influence the outside world. I know we don't do it very much because, well, I won't go into that, but there is a reason for it. But we do try to influence in a good way, in a positive way. We try our best.
Oh, there we go. So, scones. Yes, scones are good to make. You can just shove them in the oven, and you've got lovely hot scones, which they're not too difficult to make, but you've got to get it right, otherwise they go all hard and horrible.
So I don't normally like scones with fruit. So I normally have cheese scones, which are gorgeous, but also incredibly unhealthy.
Hello, Juan Bernal from Peru.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello, Peru.
Hello, Peru.
I hope your Peruvian day is going as well as our day here in England. I hope so, anyway.
That bread, by the way, people are asking, that takes 4 hours in the bread maker to make, which is probably about the same time as it would take if you were to make it yourself and knead it all by hand.
Yes, I think a lot of people would find 4 hours too long. And so you have to be patient. I think the one thing I would say, if you are thinking of making your own bread, you have to have a lot of patience, because you have to wait such a long time. And I wouldn't be able to, so I always forget about it. Mr. Steve is the one who takes care of the bread making.
Well, it's easy in the bread maker. You just throw everything in, select the right program and leave it. Wait for the beeps and come back 4 hours later and you've got a lovely loaf of bread.
What I didn't realise, and I'm quite fascinated by, is the fact you can make jam in the bread maker.
Apparently.
Yeah.
You couldn't make very much.
No, just a little bit of jam.
Because it doesn't hold that much. I don't think I'd want to. It'd be very messy. I mean, making jam is very messy, and I wouldn't like to do that inside the bread maker. I would prefer to do that on the top of the stove, and you can make much, much more because, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But also pizza bread as well. So you can make the base of a pizza. So you can make it in the machine. It will mix everything together, and then you take it out, and then you can make a pizza base as well. So I think this particular machine, and we met someone, didn't we, during the week, who also has a bread maker and an air fryer. So I've noticed over the past few months, Steve, we've started getting these devices, these things that are supposedly labour saving. And this is it, you see. Living in this wonderful modern age means that quite often we don't have to put so much effort into making things, including bread.
Maybe, Tomek, you could bring some of your scones to Paris.
Oh, yes.
And maybe you could, put some special ingredients into these scones. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink.
Yes, probably.
I'm joking.
Yes, I know. Well,
but,
Okay, Steve. When you said about going off on things, illegal drugs is one of them.
You know what you can put into cakes.
Talking of Paris, yes, we are planning to meet up. We have a short list of people who are, for some reason, interested in meeting us in real life. And we are doing it in early June in Paris, a very romantic place. Apparently, I didn't realise this, but Paris is literally the most popular place in the world for people from other countries to group and meet together. So I think it's quite suitable for us to be having our big meetup in Paris.
Well, let's hope those of you who do, and we're very much looking forward to it, aren't bitterly disappointed when you meet us in person, because they know there's a saying, isn't it? You should never meet your heroes. Well, we're not heroes, but you know what they say? You should never meet people that you've seen on television because they're always a big disappointment in real life.
Never meet somebody famous. Although, fortunately, we're not famous, so you don't have to worry about it. So we have a list at the moment. I'm going to create a WhatsApp group, and if you have a WhatsApp number, you can join the group as well. So that's something I'm planning on doing now that we've got all of my personal stuff out the way, because we have had a little bit of a sad week for various reasons. I won't go too much into it. So I am going to get back to sorting out our big get-together. I'm going to call it the English Rendezvous, which I think is pretty good.
Bit of French in there.
Yes. So the English Rendezvous 2023. with Mr. Steve and Mr. Duncan, and maybe you as well. Oh, isn't it exciting? Imagine.
Lewis's wife's just made some strawberry jam. And the strawberries are quite cheap. Maybe they've just come into season or something. Lewis admits that he's not very good in the kitchen, by the way.
Oh.
So he leaves all the cooking to his wife, which is fine, because you must have other skills which are useful in the relationship, and that's what a successful relationship's all about.
Alessandra, Mr. Duncan, I sent an email to you, but you didn't receive it. I don't know why. I have replied to your email, Alessandra. I have actually replied to it. So I did receive it, I did read it, and I have replied to your email. So I did send it. So check your junk mail or your spam. It might be in there.
That wouldn't surprise us.
That's normally where I always end up, in the junk mail. I don't know why. It's almost as if people's computers know that's where I belong. So there you go. Today we have some interesting subjects. It's been windy over the past few days. We've had a lot of wind in the air. And I thought it'd be interesting for a moment or two to take a look at some words and phrases connected to that very subject. Wind, words and phrases. Can you see there? Blowing.
Oh, yes.
The wind is blowing, you see. It's either that or that cloud is vomiting. I'm not sure. But I think it is the wind blowing from the cloud and nothing else. Not last night's alcoholic night out on the town in the pubs.
Too many beans on toast.
Too many beans on toast. So wind, words and phrases. We're going to go through this briefly, and this should take us nicely up to 3 o'clock. And then later on we are playing fill in the blanks.
Definitely, for definite, so don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere, don't disappear. I have definitely got them here, ready to show you. And we are also looking at words that rhyme, words that are often used in poetry and also in music. And maybe you can come up with your own poetry later on. How about that?
Oh.
What do you think about that? Yes. Here we go then. Here are some words and phrases that we can use with the word wind, and also words connected to wind. An ill wind this way blows.
An ill wind
Yes.
is in the air.
Yes.
Or an ill wind blows, or this way blows.
So an ill wind means perhaps something bad is about to happen or may happen, or maybe you have a feeling that something bad is occurring.
Yes.
You might say there is an ill wind.
There's an ill wind blowing. You sense that something's going to happen. Your intuition is working and somehow telling you that something bad might be about to happen. People, it could be a premonition, or it could be something not quite so dramatic as that. But you do sometimes feel, don't you, that something bad might be about to happen. And certainly when this does come from the weather. This saying does literally come from meteorology in a way, because people used to look at the sky and look at the clouds, and you get a feel for what the weather was going to be. Because hundreds of years ago, when people didn't have nice houses to live in and nice warm places to live, they were afraid of the weather, and they would be constantly on the lookout for a wind in a certain direction which might tell them a storm was on the way or something. So yes, this is a sort of a modern adaptation for things that concern the wind or the weather, which we don't mean the weather with this. We're talking about other bad things happening.
So an ill wind. My goodness, that went on so long, by the way.
Yes.
An ill wind, something bad, maybe something you feel. Maybe there is tension in the air. Yes, so maybe there is some conflict that may happen in the future, perhaps in your neighbourhood. Maybe some neighbours are starting to annoy you in some way. You might say there is an ill wind because you feel that there is tension in the air. Something bad might be occurring. Here's another one. So this is connected to wind. Gentle wind we often describe as breeze. Breeze.
Yes.
Gentle wind.
Nice, soft, warm breeze in the summer, maybe.
Yes. So an interesting phrase we use is shoot the breeze. If you shoot the breeze, it means you have a moment of idle, general chat. Maybe you sit down with your friends on a nice sunny afternoon and you're just talking generally about things in your life, nothing too heavy, nothing that might cause an argument or maybe a fight, nothing like that. So you shoot the breeze. It means you just chat generally about things, maybe things that are new in your life. You shoot the breeze.
You could be having a drink with friends. Friends come round and you just decide to go outside and sit down. And it's an American phrase, I think, isn't it? Shoot the breeze.
Yes, it's often used in American English, but I think you will find it's often used here as well, as many American phrases and ways of using the English language they've started to be introduced into the English language here, into British English. So, yes, shoot the breeze.
We might say have a chin wag in the UK, mightn't we? Something similar to that. Just sort of sit down and just talk about anything.
You have a natter.
Yes.
You have a chit-chat.
Yes.
So that's a good one. I like that one. Here's another one. Oh,
yes.
Maybe you work in an office and maybe there is a couple of people who have started to see each other romantically. Oh, and their relationship develops very quickly, and suddenly they fall in love, and they are really, really deeply devoted to each other. They can't stop seeing each other, and then suddenly they get married. It's a whirlwind romance. So when we talk about whirlwind, it is a fast current of wind which often swirls around and around, a whirlwind. And quite often things are maybe hectic or chaotic.
Maybe other people are affected around you at the same time. It's drawing other people in. Maybe, when we go to Paris, Mr. Duncan, there may be the odd whirlwind romance that occurs there.
Mm.
You never know.
A whirlwind romance, a relationship that develops fast. And I think it does happen in life. Maybe two people meet. They meet one day, maybe in a crowded place. Their eyes meet, and then they immediately feel as if they have a connection, something they have in common. And then everything begins. But it might start very quickly, and it might develop very quickly. You can describe it as a whirlwind romance.
Juan Bernal says, I had a whirlwind romance with my girlfriend in just one day. And now we've been together for 4 years.
I don't want to know what happened.
No, well, yeah, that's it. So people meet, they instantly fall in love or are attracted to each other for whatever reason.
Yes.
And they're going out for meals, they're seeing each other in the evening, they're going away on holiday together. And then before you know it, they're getting married.
Yes.
Or living together or something like that in a much shorter time than you would normally expect.
They even do it with the lights on. A whirlwind romance, a relationship that develops fast. So it's nice to hear a bit of positive news from Juan. Thank you very much. And you have now been together for 4 years. That's incredible. Wait until you get to 35 years. We're not far from that, are we? 35 years. It's 34 years at the moment.
Wonderful.
34 years at the moment. But next year it'll be 35 years. Can you believe it? Oh, dear. Yes, a whirlwind romance. Here's another one.
Tomek's already decided that he's having a whirlwind romance with Alessandra.
Oh, okay.
But there you go. Well, yeah, we're just having fun.
Oh, interesting. Who knows? We might all meet in Paris, and maybe one or two people might suddenly fall in love.
Well, that's what I said.
We might be responsible for people being joined together forever.
I said that. Might have a whirlwind. What a place to have a whirlwind romance. The sort of love capital of the world.
Yes, one of the most romantic places. Although
Yes.
at the moment it's probably not so romantic, unless of course you like burning wheelie bins and cars on fire, in which case it's the perfect place to go to breeze in or breeze by. So we often say this if a person does something casually with very little effort, you can breeze in. He breezed into the room. He came in casually. Or maybe something you do that's observed. Maybe they breeze by.
Yes.
He breezed by the window. He walked by casually.
In a cool sort of way. If somebody sort of breezes by, they're cool. They've got an easy, flowing, confident manner about them. They just breathe, or you could just breeze through life. Some people, if they breeze through life, it means they see everything seems to go right for them. They don't seem to have any obstacles or any problems. Oh, it's all right for you. You just seem to breeze through life. Nothing ever goes wrong for you.
Some people are like that.
They
They
are, yes.
never have any problems. They never seem to have any difficulties. They never have any tragedies. They just seem to go through life without ever having any real problems or
Yes.
difficulties. You might also describe something as a breeze if it's easy to do.
Yeah, that's right, yes. Something's easy to do. Yes, you've got a project to do at work. There's always a project at work. And somebody says, how are you getting on with that project? And you say, oh, it's a breeze. Just means it's very easy. Just like a nice, slow-moving, cool breeze. It's easy. It's not stressing you in any way, shape or form. But there are people like that, aren't there? Some people go through life and everything goes wrong for them. Their relationships break up, they lose their job, they have tragedy. And then other people just seem to just sort of go through life and nothing really bad happens. And, some people are like that,
It's
aren't
very-
they? Yeah,
it's very
they
strange.
breeze through life. Oh, I've had a breeze of a day where everything just goes well, according to plan, no stress.
I wonder what that feels like. Here's another one, Steve. Oh, now I don't want any rude comments from anyone. Blow. Of course, it is
Right.
the force of the wind, the forcing of the air. The wind blows. And there is a phrase in English we often use if a person likes to maybe show off. They like to blow their own trumpet.
Yes.
A person who blows their own trumpet. You might blow your own trumpet. You are showing off. To show off. To boast or brag about something. You are showing off. This is something that it happens a lot now in modern life and modern society. Everyone is always trying to get something or have something that's slightly better than everyone else.
The opposite of that would be to be modest. A modest person doesn't talk very much about his or hers or their
Yes.
achievements.
There is a phrase, to hide your light under a bushel.
Yes, you're just modest. You don't show off.
So it's the opposite. So a person who shows off and brags, I've got the best car in the neighbourhood.
And we get that a lot around here, strangely enough, don't we? When you meet people,
Yes.
they're very quick to tell you all their achievements and what their children are doing. You haven't asked them at all. And I don't like it when I meet people and straight away they're telling me about... They're trying to give me a picture of their lives. They're trying to... By effectively showing off. They're blowing their own trumpet.
Yes. Oh, my son works in London.
Yes, that's a common one we get
He
here.
works in London. I don't know why, but a lot of people seem to think if you work in London, it's something that's above everything else. Trust me.
Oh, and of course a lot of it in the world of theatre, a lot of people are always blowing their own trumpet. Oh, of course, I've played this part, I've played that role. I was brilliant when I was blah 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 part in whatever the play was.
When you was the king, or when you were Scrooge, or when you were Fagin.
Yes, of course, I've played all those parts. So they're brilliant. I was brilliant.
You were.
And yes, you've got the word brag there, to boast, to brag. Of course, it's acceptable. For example, when you go for a job interview, you do need to blow your own trumpet.
Yes.
You do need to brag and boast about yourself, as long as you can back it up with evidence.
Yes.
Because you want to get the job. So that's one place where it is acceptable to blow your own trumpet, would be in a job interview.
Yes, I think so. That's a very good point.
I'm going to have to do that this week.
So there are lots of words and phrases connected to the wind. We had a lot
That's a good one. Sorry, it's from Francesco.
Okay.
That song blows me over.
Oh, okay. So something that impresses you, or something that leaves a very strong impression on you, might blow you over.
Yes, or blow you away.
Yes, I'm blown away by Mr. Duncan's teaching style.
That performance I saw last night in the theatre, it just blew me away. Just so impressed by it that it's blown you away.
Yes. So some things in life can blow you away. Maybe something that you were really impressed by. I can't believe it. I was blown away by the performance. So there are many ways of using the word wind, and also lots of words associated with it. We are going to look at something else in a few moments, words that rhyme. And maybe if you want to show me something on the live chat, maybe using words that rhyme or go together, because I am a very big fan of poetry. I love writing little poems. I even wrote one for my mother's funeral on Wednesday. I wrote a little poem and read it out during the funeral service. So it is a nice way of showing your feelings or your emotions. So poetry, words that are often used in poetry or in songs that rhyme, or they go together.
Can I make Intelligence made a compassionate comment about people who blow their own trumpet.
Oh, okay.
And of course, Intelligent, as we know, knows a lot about psychology.
Well, Intelligent is actually an English teacher and also a psychologist,
yes.
So we have to be careful.
Well, I have so much compassion for people who blow their own trumpet. They go to great lengths to impress you, and the reason is more often than not that they feel small and insignificant inside. Yes, probably, insecure. Quite often they are insecure people who have to try and bolster their egos to make them. And as Intelligence says, you have to have compassion, because if somebody feels insecure, then maybe you just have to let them, just make themselves feel better for a while, because it doesn't really, if you're confident in yourself anyway, you shouldn't feel the need to have to try and compete or to make yourself seem better than that person.
It's true.
Because that would be a sign of insecurity on your own part. So just let them tell you what they want to tell you, and if they feel better from having some contact with you, good.
Yeah. Well, what I always say, quite often when you see people driving around in big cars, you might find that that's all they have is their car. So maybe they don't have much else. So when they get in the car and drive around and people see them, they feel as if they are a much better person. It elevates their status, or it makes them feel better about themselves. This does happen quite often. We're going to have a little break, Steve.
Okay.
I want to drink some water before my throat completely dries up like an old piece of sandpaper. And we'll be right back with some rhyming words and also fill in the blanks. Don't go away. We've had a lot of rain and wind over the past few days. Okay, Mr. Steve is back from the kitchen. Oh, something very interesting is happening. Oh, Steve is back from the kitchen, and look what we have. Look what we have here. We have Mr. Steve's creation that he made all by him. Well, I want to say by himself, but he didn't make it by himself. Look at that. So there it is. Mr. Steve's magic. So this is like hot cross bun, but instead of it being a small bun or roll, it is actually a piece of bread. So we're going to try this now.
I hope I've got the recipe right.
Here we go. Let's have a try. A lot of people complain. They will complain. You will say, Mr. Duncan, you should not eat on the live chat. Oh my God.
What do you think?
That is incredible.
It's not bad.
Mr. Steve?
Thank you, bread maker.
Oh my goodness.
I think it needs a little bit more sugar. No, maybe not.
No, it's perfect.
There's one egg in this. You have to bear with us.
Oh my goodness.
This isn't going to help your diet, Mr. Duncan. One little bit.
That is incredible.
It was worth £99, I'll tell you. Just for that. Oh, Mr. Duncan.
Well, already Steve has made loads of loaves. We made French bread last week.
Lewis, we made some French bread. I know you're not French, but we made some. And it was lovely. Right, back to the show. Can you put on another video and I'll just go and get some more? Can you put like a 10-minute video, Mr. Duncan? I'll go and do some more and come back.
That is incredible.
Sue Ali, if you're still there, Sue Ali, I said earlier, because that would go very well with tea, of course, which we will be doing later. Asked, what type of tea do you like? Well, I like sort of English breakfast tea. Mr. Duncan likes Earl Grey.
I do like Earl Grey. I also like Assam as well, all the way from India. So I do like a nice, fresh, strong cup of tea. That is pretty good, Steve.
I didn't put too many raisins in because you don't like too many raisins, do you, Mr. Duncan?
Well, I think that's the mistake a lot of places make when they make cakes. They always put too much, too many raisins and currants into it.
Yeah, so Francesco, that was the same recipe that you would use for hot cross buns, but baked into a loaf.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Look it up. Hot cross bun loaf recipe. And you will... But you can try it. It's lovely.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. I'm definitely having some more of that after.
So not scones. Scones are a bit different. But right.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so distracted by that now.
What were we talking about, Mr. Duncan?
Oh, what are we doing here? What is this?
Something about English, wasn't it?
Why is there a camera over there? What's going on? What's happening? I'm in a dream state.
It's got to be good for you, that, Mr. Duncan. I think we ought to just consume the rest of the loaf over this evening.
That is amazing.
You'd need to walk a long way to burn off that particular loaf.
Rosa is complaining, Mr. Duncan, don't do that. You eat delicious bread and I want to taste it as well. I'm sure a lot of people do. But you can make your own, of course. A lot of people these days, they do make their own bread. Because bread, well, first of all, two things about bread. If you buy it in the supermarket, it's not as good as bread that you make yourself, but also it's become very expensive. Bread, maybe £3 for a loaf of bread nowadays because the price of everything has gone up. So I think it is cheaper if you just buy some flour and make it yourself.
But probably not if you use an oven.
No.
But I've worked out it's costing us £1 to make a loaf. I've worked that out, Mr. Duncan, with the flour, using 500 grams of flour per loaf. That's about 80 pence. And then the electricity, I reckon, is about 20 pence. So around £1, whereas a loaf of bread is at least £2 for the sort of cheapest loaf here now, and upwards of £3 for some of the others. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's going to pay for itself.
Okay, we're going to move on, Steve.
Right, okay.
So it costs around £1. Those
Yes.
two words rhyme. They go together very well, which is quite good, because today we are looking at words and phrases that rhyme, things that often rhyme, words that go together ever so well because they sound similar. It's time to rhyme. I feel as if I should have a piece of music for this, but I don't.
And that's two words that rhyme.
Yes, it's time to rhyme. These words go together because Mr. Duncan is very...
Good.
What?
But do you want a word that rhymes with time and rhyme?
No, you weren't listening to me.
Go on then. I was reading the live chat, you see.
These two words, they
Yes.
go together because Mr. Duncan is very...
Weathered?
No, that doesn't even rhyme. Weathered. Clever. Clever is what I'm looking
Oh,
for.
right, okay.
Yes.
Oh, right, yes. All right. You see, I'm still sort of,
This might take a while, by the way. It's time to rhyme. So we are going to look at some words, and I'm going to show you words that I have in my hand. I have a list of words here. Ooh! And I want you to join in as well and try to come up with some words that rhyme with those words or the words that I have here in my hand. I will show you one of these, and then you can type anything, any word that you think rhymes with that word.
So this is almost like fill in the blanks, but something,
Well, it's not fill in the blanks.
It's not fill in the blanks.
No.
But it's a game. It's a game.
It's a game. So we can play this together. And quite often, if you're teaching children a language, you will often use rhyming as a way of helping them to remember words and also improve their vocabulary.
So yes.
Here
So
we go.
what we want you to do is type into the live chat words that rhyme with the ones that Mr. Duncan are going to put up. See if you get the idea. What is a rhyme anyway, Mr. Duncan?
A rhyme?
Yes. What do we mean when we say words that rhyme?
We mean words that have similar sounds.
Ah, right.
So that they don't sound exactly the same, because that's a homophone. We know a few homophones, don't we?
We do, yes.
But rhyming words that have similar sounds. So when you say them, they sound similar to each other. For example, bell and smell.
They sound similar.
They sound similar.
But they mean completely different things, of course.
And I suppose also you might say common rhyming words are used in songs, in poetry, as I said earlier. So whenever you hear a song, quite often you will hear words that rhyme. And also, they often choose words that go together very well in the rhyme.
Yes, because it's when words are used, and there's a pattern to how you use that, isn't there? You normally have one line with the word at the end, and then you say another line, and then the third line has the word on the end that rhymes with the one from the first one.
That's it.
Isn't it? It's that kind. There's a pattern to rhymes and poetry.
We often refer to them as stanzas.
Right, that's it. So yeah, but we're not doing that now. So yeah,
Here we go, then,
Francesca,
Steve.
it's a bit like rhyme in the blank. It is. You're right.
Anyway, let's get on with it because we are running out of time.
We are. We've got to play fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks coming later. Here we go. So here's the first word.
Love.
Love. Oh, there it is.
So tell us what rhymes with love.
Love.
Doesn't have to mean the same thing. It's just a word that rhymes
That's it.
with love.
So think of love songs. Think of love poems. Think of...
Well, just anything that rhymes with love. It doesn't have to be related to love, does it?
No, but quite often... I've just explained all of this. It can be something that's used in a song or something you've heard. So it doesn't have to be just random. It can be something maybe from a song that you know very well. Words that rhyme. So there it is. The first one is love.
There we go. Well, there we go. Intelligence says dove. Francesca says dove. Valentin says dove. Juan says above.
Ah.
Yes, above. And so does Intelligence, got that one as well. Yeah. Love, dove, love, above. Shove would be another one.
Shove.
Shove. What else?
What about, well, the one I've got that's very popular is love and above. Quite often in poetry or in songs, love and above are often used together or as rhyming words.
Oh, glove.
So they go together quite well. Certain words. So I could imagine in a poem or in a song, you might say that your love is a magic thing that seems to have come from above. Something that's magic. You say, my love is something magic. It came from above. So you can get the idea of the actual game now. So you might think of songs, love songs, for example. Quite often love is mentioned in songs, and quite often you will find the word above is also used as the rhyming word.
Oh, or glove.
Yes.
That's Tom says.
I'm not sure. So
I love you the way I love my glove. There we go. That's a love song.
Here's one. Our love fits like a glove. You see? So
yes.
The smart one is here, you see.
Yes.
This is where it is.
So this is interesting. So some people have put some words that look like they might rhyme, but they're not pronounced necessarily the way that you imagine they are based on here. So we've got, somebody suggested, I won't name any names, Prove, which isn't pronounced prov, it's pronounced prove, isn't it?
No, that's it, prove.
So that one doesn't work because this strange quirk in English that just because a word is similarly spelt to another one doesn't mean it's pronounced the same.
And quite often that's because of the place where it originates. So as you know, the English language is not a pure language. It is a language that has borrowed from many other languages. So quite often you will find the pronunciation of certain words changes even though they are spelt in a similar way.
And that's another Stove. We would pronounce stove, not stove.
Okay.
Stove, something you cook on.
So let's concentrate on words that do rhyme. There we go, Steve. Here's another one. So this is often used in poetry.
Heart.
Heart. Again, you will see here.
Yes.
There is something going on. So we often think of poetry or songwriting, or maybe if we are just thinking of words that rhyme, we often use our own emotions to come up with the rhyming words.
So yes,
heart.
COVE doesn't rhyme with LOVE.
Okay,
I never gone on to it.
Okay, Steve, we've got to move on.
That would be love in the cove.
Okay. So heart. Heart now. Intelligent says fart. Yes, well, some people might. Some people might.
Francesca says smart.
Smart.
Yeah. Smart and heart go well together.
Chart.
Chart, yes, says intelligent, yes. Hello, mates. Oh, no, she's just saying hello, Fernando.
Hello, Fernando.
Art.
Art.
Heart and art.
Yes.
Yes. Or dark. Well, it nearly does.
Yes.
Heart and dark. Yeah, it does.
Dark.
Yeah.
You have a dark heart.
Yeah, that does rhyme.
Yes.
See, it doesn't have to end on the same letter for it to rhyme.
So that would be suitable in a song or a poem if your heart is dark. I have a dark heart.
Part. As
Part.
well. Part from Francesco
Yes.
again. Yes.
So the one I have here, quite often used in love songs or songs, apart. So when you are apart, you have a pain in your heart because you are missing that person.
Oh.
So quite often in poetry, you will hear the word heart and apart.
Your cruel heart tears me apart.
Yes, that's it.
Says intelligent. So thank you for that. That is that's well use of those two particular words.
Yes. So you can see what I'm doing now. I'm coming up with rhyming words that are often joined or used when we are creating a piece of poetry or maybe the lyrics for a song.
Driss says cart. Yes, heart rhymes with cart.
Yes.
Not necessarily one that you would put in a poem, but you might do. Yeah, you could say, here's my heart. I've put it in a cart.
Oh, that's very creative, Steve.
I know. Well, I'm just saying,
Yes.
The next one, says Pedro.
Yes. Well done, Pedro.
Well, you've only just come on, Pedro. Have some patience.
Yes. Here's another one.
Cry.
Yes. Cry. I always think this word looks strange when you see it written down. It doesn't look like a real word. It looks like Welsh. I don't know why. So you might find a lot of Welsh words start with CR or CRY. It's very strange that. So if you ever see any Welsh language written down, you might often see these three words or these three letters together. Cry. Often used in sad songs, love songs. So maybe you cry. Of course, cry is not necessarily a negative thing because you might cry for joy. You might cry in pleasure.
Lie, says Juan.
Ah,
Yes.
yes. If you lie, you will make me cry.
That's it.
Mm.
Goodbye, says Intelligent,
Yes.
which presumably means you're not going. That
When
was
I-
just an answer to that.
When I waved goodbye, I started to cry.
Dry.
Dry.
Yes.
Yes. Don't cry. I will give you something to make your eyes dry.
A tissue.
Bless you.
Shy, says Vitas. Yeah. Yeah.
So what I have here, quite often, die.
Lovely.
So
I
again,
wonder why you've put that one on. Anyway, right.
I don't know. What do you mean?
Yeah, die.
Well, why do you think I put it on?
Well, I don't know. It actually looks like the first three letters of someone's car registration, CRY, in English. It looks like the first three letters of registration of a CRY 765Y.
So couldn't you just say that about any three letters? Oh look, there's three random letters. But a number plate has just random letters, doesn't it? Even though some people like to have personalised.
Try, says Beatrice. Try, yes.
Try.
Try and cry, yes.
yes.
Yes. Please try to cry.
What? No, please. How about please try not?
Well, please try not to cry.
Yes.
Dry.
Don't cry, or else I will die of sadness.
Palmyra's fry. Palmyra's used a word here. Rye. WRY. That's good knowledge of the English language.
Yes.
To use the word rye or fry, says Driss.
Fry.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So this is actually useful if you are learning English, but it's also very useful if you are a young person learning English, or maybe you are teaching English to one of your children, or maybe another child, or maybe you are a teacher in a nursery school. So quite often rhyming is used a lot.
Yeah, here we go. We've got Tomek says bye. Yes. If you say bye, you will make me cry.
Yes. Please don't say bye.
It will make me cry.
It will make me cry. Here's another one.
Why?
We're moving on, Steve.
Okay, we're moving on.
Alone.
Thigh.
Alone.
Alone.
Alone. Think of alone. There is a very famous song, by the way, that uses this word with another word. And I might tell you what it is in a few moments. I might even sing it for you. Ooh, what a treat. Alone. Alone.
Alone. Well, a slightly more tricky one.
Yes. Although there are one or two words that do rhyme.
Stone, says Francesco.
Stone. That's a good one.
Yeah, or scone.
Scone.
We've had scones already.
I'm going to sit alone and eat my delicious scone.
Yeah. Tomek should have come up with that one. Or I'm going to sit alone and throw a stone.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be a poetic here. Intelligence says drone.
We have noticed.
Yes. I all the time drone. And because of that, I am now alone.
Yes.
If you drone, it means you're talking in a boring, monotone way that people aren't interested in.
And that's a very good example, Steve.
Yes. A bone? A bone, is that a word? A bone? A-B-O-N?
A bone? A bone? No. It may be above, but that doesn't match.
Yes, and here we go again, where... It's easy to get a word that looks like it could rhyme because of its spelling, but in fact is pronounced differently in English because there aren't any rules. So G-O-N-E is gone, pronounced gone, not gone.
So this is the reason why English can be confusing.
Yes.
So this is what I have, Steve. Moving on.
Bone. I've got bone as well. Bone.
Have you really?
Yeah, bone.
It doesn't show. What?
I hope your scone is not as hard as stone. So that's a good one as well. One. Thank you, Francesco.
This is the one that I have, Steve.
That's the Tomek's
okay, that's
scones, presumably.
Moving on. Alone and phone.
Oh, right, okay.
There is a famous song called All Out of Love by Air Supply. I'm lying alone with my head by the phone, thinking of you till it hurts. I'm all out of love, I'm so lost without you. I knew we were right, believing for so long. I'm all out of love.
So where's the alone bit in the phone?
At the start.
Oh, right, okay. Intelligent is so alone.
I'm lying alone with my head by the phone.
Or I'm so alone with my trombone. There's a good one.
If you have a trombone and you keep playing it, I think it's safe to say that you will end up alone.
Throne, Francesca. There's a good one. Because often you can say that a king or a queen feels very alone on their throne.
Pedro says, Mr. Duncan, do you remember landmarks of the world? I think we did it twice.
Landmarks of the world?
Do you remember? You were in front of a famous building.
That's right.
And we only did it twice. And yet, for some reason, Pedro remembers that very clearly. And it's something we did twice out of over 1,000 live streams.
Well remembered. That's very... Pedro, you do remember these things quite well.
I think Pedro wants us to do it again. That's why. Here's another one, Steve. This we will have to make this the last one, unfortunately.
Because we've got to fit in fill in the blanks. Or this is a kind of fill in the blanks.
Although it isn't.
Well, it sort of is.
There are no blanks being filled in.
Well, we're asking for suggestions to words.
Okay. It just keeps arguing.
Sad, bad. Well, have you given the answer there?
Well, I'm just looking at this one. Well, we're going to do this quickly now.
Okay.
So we have sad and bad quite often again. So you might feel sad because a person has been bad. So again, you will find quite often rhyming words, for some reason, certain words that rhyme match very well. Sad and bad.
Groan. Yes. Anyway, yeah, okay.
Okay, Steve. Try and goodbye.
Oh, right.
However much I try, I can never get used to saying goodbye. Try, goodbye.
However much I try, I can never learn how to fry.
Yes, except for that's goodbye.
I know. But it's another
I
one.
know. I'm just joking. It's just a little joke there, Steve. Just a little joke there. Little joke. What about words that you can't rhyme with?
Oh, there are words that don't rhyme with anything. Is that what you're suggesting, Mr. Duncan?
That's what I'm suggesting. Yes,
there are words that don't rhyme with anything.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Hard to rhyme words.
World. Oh, right.
World. There are very few words that rhyme with world.
Are there any?
Well, that's why it's on this list, because there aren't any. There are very few words that rhyme with world.
You said there are only few, so there must be some.
Well, I suppose the only one I can find or think of is unfurled.
Right.
If you unfurl something, it means you open it. You expose something. Maybe you unfold something. So that's the only one I can think of. We also have rubbish.
Right.
Rubbish. There's no word. You think of one word that rhymes with rubbish?
No.
No. Orange.
Orange. You would think something would rhyme with orange, wouldn't you?
Orange. There is no word that rhymes with orange.
Right, okay.
Yeah. How about that? And generous. Generous. There are no words that rhyme with generous.
See, world and bold don't rhyme, unfortunately. World, you'd have to do an R in there somewhere, unfortunately. Good. Thanks for trying, though.
Yes. So you can see there are certain words that don't, unfortunately, go together as rhyming words because there aren't any words that rhyme with them.
Well, finish and rubbish. Sort of.
Yes,
that's good.
Yes. But it would have
hung in. Yes,
it has to have more than one connection in the syllable. So a rhyme can only really be a rhyme if more than one syllable matches the other word. So that's the general rule for a rhyme.
It's a very good attempt, though.
It's good. It's very good.
You could certainly get away with that in a song because it would be sung quite quickly and people wouldn't. Generous, dangerous.
Is there an end to that sentence?
Generous and dangerous.
No.
Generous, dangerous. That rhymes.
No. They have exactly the same ending. The syllable is rhyming words must sound similar but not be exactly the same.
Okay, but it's still not bad.
Anyway, on that high note,
rubbish, furnish. Yeah, that rhymes. Rubbish, furnish. Yeah. Tourist.
Again, those two words have the same final syllable, which means they can't be used as a rhyme. So if you're rhyming something in poetry, you don't have the syllable matching exactly. It has to be something that rhymes but is not exactly the same. That's all. I'm just giving
sad and bad.
I'm just giving you the definition. That's all.
Sad and bad. Anyway, right.
Yes, sad and bad is okay because you have words that have similar meaning. So poetically, that would go together. Do you see what I mean?
Not
really.
So
finish and rubbish don't really go together.
Pedro, it won't let this. Can we have landmarks once a month?
We only did it twice. I just find it amazing that you remember that. We only did it twice, and I didn't do it any more after that because it was just too much trouble to set up. We had to make a whole new green screen for Mr. Steve, and We just didn't do it.
We'll think about it, Pedro. I promise that we will think about it, consider it, have a meeting. We'll have a meeting about it. Anybody else want us to do... No, I'm not going to ask that because some people might say...
Anyway,
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about now, Steve.
I know what Pedro's wants to talk about, and that's flags of the world.
Oh,
So maybe, without flags of the world, but we could do that.
oh my goodness!
Right, anyway,
So this is the
We've
tangent.
got 20 minutes.
All right, Steve. Well, let me just
We're
carry
back on track now.
Yes, we're not though, because
We are.
well, I wanted another 5 minutes. Anyway, Steve, for the love of everything that's pure and natural.
I've been very, very focused today, Mr. Duncan.
Yes.
Or focused, as you would say, as a French person would pronounce the word focused. That always used to make us laugh.
Yes.
Anyway, we won't go into that.
Yes. Please don't say that again. What you just said.
We had I won't say it, but
No.
I'll just say we had a French lady who worked for our company, and she kept telling us that we had to be very focused in our work. But because of the way French people pronounce the word focused, it came across as a very rude word and would always make us laugh in meetings. Do you get me? Do you get me?
I wish
Do you
somebody
understand what I'm saying?
I wish somebody would take you. Anyway, Steve.
Duncan refused your suggestion. No, we're not refusing it. We will consider it. We will consider it. I will consider it. And I will try to influence Mr. Duncan. And now we are down to 18 minutes to do...
Steve, can I just say something? Please stop talking. Here we go. It's time.
They don't like it when you say that to me.
Look, that is a polite way of saying it. Just be careful, because I might not be so polite next time. It's time to play fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks. Dun dun, fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks. Dun dun, fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks.
Inaki has suggested
Wait there,
that,
Steve.
What?
Steve.
Yes?
Steve.
No, I'm just wondering,
Here we go. It's time to play fill in the blanks as we move on to the next thing that we're doing on today's live stream. Fill in the blanks. All you have to do is, well, as the name suggests. Do you want to see me punch Mr. Steve? Because it's going to happen soon.
You won't do that.
Here we go.
Yeah.
No, I do it when the camera is off normally. Here we go then. Fill in the blanks. It explains itself really when you think about it. All you have to do is fill in the blanks.
Do the words have to rhyme?
No.
Okay. Although if they did, we would be very impressed.
If they did rhyme, I would probably get the next plane to wherever you are and give you a giant kiss.
If you can get it to rhyme, then we would be very impressed.
Yes, but you don't have
But
to.
you don't have to.
Yes. Don't confuse everything, Steve.
Fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks. All you have to do is fill in the blanks.
To make a sentence that is grammatically correct.
Yes, or just try anyway. There are no losers in this game, unless we say so. I was something, all something. Trying to something my homework.
We're really getting people to use their brains today, Mr. Duncan.
Yes.
To think.
So if you could start doing that, Steve. I was something, all something, trying to something my homework. So all you have to do is fill in the blanks.
I was busy.
Fill in the blanks.
I was busy all the trying to Francesca, you're very close. The doesn't work though.
We have Maria as well. Maria is using occupied. I was occupied all day
trying to do my homework.
Yes, that's it. You are occupied. So in that sense, occupied means busy. You are busy doing something. So you can't do the other thing because you already have something to do. You were occupied. You were already doing something. So you couldn't do the other thing, which in this case is your homework.
And Francesca has suggested I was alone all morning trying to do my homework.
Yes.
You know the size of the blanks?
No, it doesn't make any difference.
Is that representative of the size of the word?
Well, there are many, many choices of words.
I know, but are you saying that
Not
if it's
necessarily.
a large blank, it should be a large word?
It doesn't have to be, no.
Okay, that's
No.
fine then.
Just put in whatever you want. Just slip it right in there and don't think of the consequences. I was something or something trying to something my homework. Hello, Duk Hung English. Use. I was use all efforts to finish my homework. So the last one is good, finish my homework, but the first two are not grammatically correct. So something you are, what are you doing? You are something you must do by a certain time, or maybe you only have a short time left, like we do today. So we are what? We are.
Ah, yes. Here's a good two from Inaki and Valentin. See, Inaki's, you've nearly got that right. It's just that the English isn't quite right. You can't say, I was spending all nights. I spent all night, you could say, but you can't say, I was spending. But you could say, I spent all night, because that's the past tense. Trying to finish my homework. So that bit was correct. Valentin's suggestion, I was awake all night trying to finish my homework. Yes, you see, that's grammatically correct.
That's it. You could be up all night. You could be awake all night. So we are saying that something was being disturbed. So basically what this sentence is saying, you had to do something at a very inconvenient time.
Yeah, so, yeah, okay, yes, Tom X fits as well. I was studying all day trying to comprehend my homework.
Yes.
Yeah, that fits.
Here's another good one as well. We have Tomek. I was studying all day.
I've just said that.
Oh, we're there. It's the next one. Here we go. I was out. Zudzika. Sorry, it's Zudzika. I was out all day trying to avoid my homework. That's great.
That's good.
So the opposite.
You flipped it.
Yes.
You flipped it there
Yes.
into a totally different meaning.
Yes. So instead of being up all night doing it, you were out all day trying
to avoid my homework.
trying not to do it.
Tika's very clever.
It's very good.
Very clever.
We have some clever cookies on here.
We do, yes.
We really, really do. We do. We do.
I was there all night trying to finish my homework. Yes, we've had quite a few similar suggestions to that one. And Mr. Duncan will have his own suggestion. I was spending... You see, yeah, you can't say I was spending. We've had that one already. I spent, you could say, but if it's the past tense, but it's not grammatically correct to say I was spending all day.
Well, actually, you can say I was spending.
What, in that context?
Yes, I was spending. You could say I was spending all my money.
Yeah, but in this particular suggestion,
I was spending all
night.
Yes, I was spending all night.
I spent all night, you would say, wouldn't you?
Yes, if there was no was, you would say spent.
That's what I mean, yeah.
But in this case, you can say spending. I was spending because you were doing that thing. It works in that sentence. I don't
think, yes, it's not quite right.
What? Sorry. What's that? Sorry?
I spent all night, you would
Yes.
say. You wouldn't say I was spending all night.
Yes, you can say that. Sorry. Who? What? Okay. Then.
I was visiting all parties trying to forget my homework. Yes.
I love being undermined by Steve.
Not undermining you.
Yes, I was spending all my time. Trust me, you can say I was spending.
Well, you can say I was spending, yeah, but
Yes,
you know.
Or yes, that's fine. You can use spending. Trust me, Steve. Please. Let's have the answer, or the answer I have.
I was worried all day trying to understand my homework. Yes, Beatrice, that's a good one as well.
I can't believe Steve just did that. No, you're wrong, Mr. Duncan. No, that's not right.
It's not the way I would use it, but anyway,
No,
it doesn't matter.
Well, that's nothing to go by. I was awake all night trying to finish my homework. Of course, you could say I was up all night trying to complete my homework.
Or as Intelligent said, I was there all night trying to finish my homework. Or I was busy all night. Or I was busy all day. It doesn't have to be night. Or I was busy all afternoon.
Yes.
Many suggestions
Yes.
that you can put in there.
We have 10 minutes left of today's
I was
life.
focused all day.
Okay.
Trying to decode my homework. You probably wouldn't use the word decode. You could say finish, decode my homework.
Okay, Steve, we've got the next one. Move on, Steve. I can't something the last something I something you. Nothing rude, please.
No, we want rude ones as well.
No rude ones, because we have to be very careful. I would like to continue being here on YouTube for at least another week or two.
Understand would be a better word to use rather than decode.
Ooh.
No, I'm just, we're trying to teach you.
I
Mr.
know,
Duncan.
but we've only got 9 minutes.
Well, we've got to wait for people to bring up suggestions, so I'm filling in the time.
Yes.
You see what I said there? I'm filling in the time it takes for people to give us suggestions by teaching correct grammar. You see? What would you do without me, Mr. Duncan? Yes, instead of the word decode, you would understand would be better. You decode yeah, right. I can't remember the last time I saw you, says Sue R. Lee.
Yes.
I can't remember the last time I saw you either, or
Yes.
either.
Yes. Lilia says, forget, time, saw. I can't forget. So you can use the opposite, you see.
Yes.
I can't remember. I can't forget. So I can't remember. I can't forget. I can't forget the last time I saw you.
Meaning it was a very memorable experience that you had. I can't, or how can I forget? I can't forget the last time I saw you. You'd have to put a certain intonation on that for it to be understandable. Oh, I can't forget the last time I saw you.
Valentin wants to say something very rude. Please don't. But I know where you're going with this.
Where's that then?
Because we are all adults here.
I can't repeat the last word I said you. I said you see, that unfortunately that's not quite grammatically correct.
See, I thought that was going to be something rude there, but I misunderstood. I can't eat the last slice I left you. I can't eat the last slice I left you.
I can't eat the last slice. Yeah. I know what you're trying to do.
Yes, that's a little bit mixed up because maybe the person who is giving you something might be the thing that you can't actually finish. But normally you don't give something to yourself. So I can't finish the last slice I gave you. Normally,
you gave me.
Maybe you could say it in response. Maybe if the other person can't eat it, and maybe they say, "Would you like it?" And I might say, "I can't finish the last piece I gave you." So that might be said in return to something that is said. So it's a little bit more involved, that one.
Recall, date and saw. Have we had that already? No, that is different. Yeah, Tomek says, I can't recall the last day I saw you or the last time I saw you.
That's good.
I can't recall. I can't remember. Remember and recall are synonyms.
Recall.
I can't withdraw the last feedback I gave you.
I can't remember the last book I gave you. Yes, good.
Yeah.
So some good answers there. Here's what I've got, Steve.
Okay. As a suggestion.
We'll see.
And we didn't get any rude ones. I'm quite disappointed.
I can't remember the last time I met you.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I met you.
Driss just put that on as you did it.
Oh,
At the same time as you were suggesting it, or it would have been because there's a slight delay,
yes.
Driss actually put that on before you put it up. I can't.
But I put remember.
Yes, but you could. Driss has just flipped the other way. I can't forget the last time I met you,
Yeah.
meaning it was a very nice experience. But the way Mr. Duncan's put it, I can't remember the last time. I can't remember the last time I met you. When was it? I can't remember.
I can't recall.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Whereas
can't remember when.
I can't forget the last time I met you. Is how you would have to say that.
That's good. Well, we've had some fun with that.
We have had some fun with that. Yes.
You've had some fun with that.
Yes. As I say, we've demanded a lot of you today.
Yes, it's been a busy one.
It's been a busy one. Yes, you've had to use your brain cells today.
But just like everything in this world, just like everything, all good things must sometimes come to an end. It's almost time to say goodbye, but we will be back with you next Sunday. Mr. Steve will be here unless, of course, he gets a job. This is something we didn't even talk about today, by the way.
We've got a few minutes.
Steve is looking for a job. He wants to do a little bit. I think he's getting bored being here with me, to be honest with you. I think he's getting really bored being in my company all the time. So he wants to do something to get away from me. I think that's what it is.
Yes, I'm going to work abroad, Mr. Duncan. I'll tell you now, I've got a job in Mongolia.
Mongolia. Is that the best random country?
South Africa.
Okay, that's
South America.
Yes, that's a bit.
I've got a job in Brazil. Pedro, I'm coming to see you. I've got a job there, and I need new employees, so get your CV ready. Doesn't have to be much content in it, really.
What?
I'm only joking. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, no, I am. Yes, I'm going for a job interview on Thursday. So wish me luck.
Yes.
Wish me luck. Fingers crossed. I've got to go to an assessment centre. Anyone knows what those are?
Yeah. So they have to work out whether Steve is suitable as an employee, and I could save them a lot of time and tell them that he probably isn't.
I know. I haven't been in for a job interview for 26 years.
Would you give
so this is going to be interesting.
Would you give this man a job? Would you employ this person? Ah, yes. You have your doubts. I can hear you scratching your head, thinking, well, probably not. Anyway, it's time to go.
Thank you. Right, nice to be here, Mr. Duncan. Well, guess what we're going to do now? We're going to have a cup of tea and another slice of hot crust bun loaf.
Yes. Oh, I tell you something, Steve. You've done it there. That is amazing.
You'll be getting larger, not smaller. Right.
Yes.
Goodbye, everybody. Nice to see you. And see you all again next week. And enjoy learning English this week if you're going to do that. Whatever you're doing, enjoy it.
Have fun. Keep a smile on your face. And remember, keep one foot on the floor. Always. This is Mr. Duncan and
Mr. Steve
saying thanks for watching. See you next Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time. Enjoy your week. Stay safe and happy. And of course, until the next time we meet, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ta-ta for now.